Fox Sports.
We are Blackmore. We are LA.
Last night, the Angels were able to squeeze by Kansas City for a 3-1 win. Today, the Halos ace Jared Weaver squares off against last year's Cy Young Award winner Zach Greinke as the Halos go for the sweep. Royals and Angels is next. Breakout the Red Week continues here in Anaheim, and so far so good. 2 games down, 2 victories for the Halos. And this afternoon, on a glorious day for baseball, they go for the series sweep against the visiting Kansas City Royals. Hi, everyone, from inside the Big A. I'm Victor Rojas along with Mark Gubicza. Glad you could join us for Angels baseball once again. And we got yet another terrific pitching matchup, just like we said 5 days ago when Jared Weaver was going up against Justin Verlander. Well, today it's Jared Weaver going up against Zach Greinke. Just another day at the park for Jared.
Yeah, what a shock it is for Weaver to go against another great pitcher. Zach Greinke, the reigning Cy Young Award winner, against Jared Weaver. Jared's been throwing the ball so well this season, leading the American League and all Major League Baseball in punch-outs with 107. A great fastball, curveball, changeup combo. Zach Greinke hasn't been quite as good as last season when he won the Cy Young. He can still rush that fastball up there to 96. A very good slider, and of course, his changeup and his ability to pitch inside is still very solid. 7-11 mark ERA, almost twice what it was last season. Jared's been throwing like a true ace.
Well, as good as the offense has been going for the Angels of late, it gets a little bit better this afternoon as Torrey Hunter is done serving his 4-game suspension, back in the lineup this afternoon and right back in that familiar cleanup spot.
Well, it's good to have him back. He had a great road trip this past time around. 8 for 16, including 2 home runs here. That first one in Baltimore. Tried to sneak a fastball in the inner half. He hits it left center field. Then, of course, against Detroit and Verlander, goes way back into left center field, about 430 feet. That leadership is going to drive in runs and playing that great defense. Good to have him back in the lineup. Good to have him part of this club and a chance to sweep him.
As Torrey's told Sean Farnham in our pregame show, he has been released from the MLB correctional facility after serving his 4-game suspension. Perfect day for baseball. We've got the Royals and the Angels. Halos looking for the sweep. Sit back and relax. We've got lineups and first pitch when we return. Official superstores of Angels baseball. Nobody beats Howard's. All 20. to you by Howard's, official superstores of Angels baseball. Nobody beats Howard's. By the all-new 2011 Hyundai Sonata. Visit your Southern California Hyundai dealers today. And by Shakey's Pizza, who competed in 22 World Series games and won 10. Go to Shakey's.com/trivia. Well, the Halo's just about ready to go, and stepping out of the dugout as we speak, a live shot inside the Big A. A beautiful day for baseball, game number 3. And as always, today's Angels game is presented in magnanimous high definition by Time Warner Cable. Wow. You like that?
Yes.
Torrey Hunter taking his spot out in right field here at the Big A for the first time. And we'll give you the lineup for the Kansas City Royals. Come to this back and forth in the Central with a 47-66 mark. Willie Bloomquist leading things off in right field. Mitch Myers in center. Billy Butler is the DH. Keila Ka'aue is the first baseman. Wilson Betemit at third base. Alex Gordon at left. Mike Aviles gets the start at second. Brian Pena doing the catching this afternoon for Ned Yost. Yuniesky Betancourt batting ninth to play in shortstop. That starting 9 takes on the Angels ace Jared Weaver.
Well, in his last 2 starts, 14 innings pitches, 1 earned run, 16 strikeouts, 171 strikeouts on the season, below 3 ERA for Jared in the American League, which tells you he's been outstanding. 4-4 in his career against the Royals with a 2.88 career ERA against the Kansas City Royals.
Well, let's take a look at the defense behind Jared Weaver on this perfect day for baseball. In the outfield, you've got Abreu Willits getting the start at center instead of Peter Borges. Torrey Hunter in right. Kayaspo Ibar on the left side is Sturson Napoli on the right side with Jeff Mathis behind the plate.
And Torrey Hunter getting his first start in right field at the Big A. Started in right field on that last road trip. For the fans out there in right field, of course, down the line, get a chance to see Torrey cover all that ground, whether it be down the line or up against that wall in the right field.
Halos 3-1 during the 4-game suspension while Torrey sat out. Is ready to go, certainly chomping at the bit. Hated every part of sitting out those 4 games. Did not want to go back and look at the videotape of his actions in Detroit. It is done. Time served. Thanks for coming. Let's play some baseball here as the Halos look for the series sweep. And trying to, at the very least, remain 8.5 games back in the American League West. The Angels winning and Texas defeating the New York Yankees in 10 innings last night. Halos do not lose any ground, yet they move up in the standings to second place now. Willie Bloomquist takes a fastball for a strike. You've got the veteran and terrific umpire behind the plate in Jim Joyce calling the balls and strikes this afternoon. 0-1 pitch to Bloomquist is inside. It's 1 ball, 1 strike.
Always a fan of Jim Joyce behind the plate. Great strike zone, consistent strike zone. Plus, you can hear him about 100 miles away when he calls a strike.
1-1 pitch is slapped foul, and it's 1-2. And I know you're a big fan of umpires, especially the guys that call the balls and strikes, and more specifically, guys that call lots of balls and strikes. More strikes than balls in your case.
Exactly. If he hit the corner, it's a strike, and he'll call it.
1-2 pitches high, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bloomquist got the start last night out in right field, and he was batting in the 9th spot. He went 0 for 3. 3 different leadoff men for the Kansas City Royals in this series. 2-2 pitches shot foul, and Bloomquist making sure that Ned Jost pays attention to his at-bat. This one ricocheting off the back of the dugout and onto the field. There's Ned Yost, now the full-time skipper of the Royals. Signed a contract extension not too long ago. Takes him through 2012. 2-2's foul back. Bloomquist battling Jared Weaver here. 6 pitches thrown thus far. One of the first series that Ned managed was against the Angels. That was that 4-game set in Kansas City. Bloomquist loops one out toward left center field, and Reggie Willits will track it down for the first out.
Well, you can see the difference between night baseball here at the Big A's compared to day. He barely got that ball off the end of the bat, and he had to carry pretty well to left center field.
Oh, 1 out, nobody on to start this ball game. Mitch Meyer, center fielder, gets a start. Back out in center.
Jared Weaver's pitched a lot of day games too. 4-3 mark with an ERA 2.34 during the day. I asked him that just a few starts ago about pitching today. He said he doesn't necessarily like it, but I said, hey, but your ERA is great and your social record. All right, I'll take it, he said.
Kind of goes to ballpark too, right? I mean, it's one of those nuances as a pitcher. You like certain mounds, you like certain ballparks, certain backdrops. There's got to be a feeling to, I like pitching in the day versus pitching at night. If that curveball drops in there.
I think the big thing is you're so used to night baseball that your body gets acclimated to that. So when you have a day game, you don't feel quite as strong, but yet the numbers speak volumes for Jared as far as during the day. I like pitching the day game myself.
Yep.
Especially at AstroTurf in Kansas City in August. It was very cool and comfortable.
Nothing like 130 degrees. But you were on the dirt, though.
Exactly.
You were on the turf.
It did make a big difference.
1-2 pitch in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Were you one of those guys that went into the dugout, put your spikes in the bucket of ice water?
No, but I used to watch George Brett and Frank White do that all the time. You can actually see the steam coming off their cleats. Willie Wilson would do the same thing.
2-2, and it's right by Meyer. There is out number 2 as Weaver picks up his first strikeout. That'll bring up Billy Butler.
Well elevated fastball. Up in the zone, 91 miles an hour after some slow curveballs. All of a sudden, if from 71 on that curveball to 91 elevated, can't catch up to it.
Butler hitting .310 on the year, 10 home runs and 55 runs batted in. He's got 33 doubles on the season. Swings and misses on that first pitch breaking ball. It's no balls and a strike. Butler 9th in the American League with those 33 doubles. Nick Markakis leading the American League with 38. He of the Baltimore Orioles, the red hot Orioles, all of a sudden 7-1 under Buck Showalter. Jared Weaver has just retired the side in order. 1-2-3 go the Kansas City Royals. Angels coming up with no score here in the first. As we take a look at Mike Scioscia's lineup for this afternoon's game, Halos a game over 500 at 58 and 57. As I pointed out, 8.5 back of the Rangers. Bobby Abreu leading things off in left field. Last 5 games, a .368 average. Eric Kaibar at shortstop. Alberto Callaspo at third. Torrey Hunter back in his familiar cleanup spot in right field. Hideki Matsui drops down a spot. He's a DH. Meister stirs at second. Mike Napoli at first. Jeff Mathis doing the catching. And Reggie Willits batting ninth and playing center field. Taking on the 2009 American League Cy Young Award winner, Zach Greinke.
Zach Greinke hasn't been quite as crisp this season so far. 7.11 mark, ERA over 4. Fastball still very good. Could change speeds with that fastball from 91 to 96. Very good curveball. His out pitch, his slider, and of course the changeup throws a ton of strikes.
Abreu on board all 4 times. In last night's game, 2 hits, 2 walks, scored a couple of runs, picked up his 30th double. That came in the first inning with the Angels jumping ahead early for the second consecutive game, taking 1-0 leads. Bray takes a strike, and it's quickly no balls and 2 strikes here. Bobby certainly has settled in nicely into that leadoff spot. Guy that takes a lot of pitches. Kind of setting the tone for the rest of that lineup as that fastball's up and away. 1-2 now. That new look and feel that Mike Scioscia's kind of put out there over the last week. Trying to spur the offense along as Bray goes down swinging. There's out number 1. Defensively for the Royals this afternoon, we've got Gordon, Meyer, and Bloomquist from left to right on the infield. Benavides, Betancourt, Aviles, and Ka'aue, with Brian Pena getting the start behind the plate.
Mike Aviles getting a little bit stronger. Came back from surgery on his elbow. Saw him early in the season have a difficult time as far as turning double plays. Getting healthier and healthier, doing a nice job for him in that position.
Ibar takes a fastball up and in. It's 1 ball, no strikes.
That's one thing Greinke does pretty well as far as pitching inside. Obviously, no number 1 elevated pitch that far up around the neck level, but he will pitch inside very effectively to keep you honest at the plate.
Ibar was 1 for 4 last night. RBI triple, his 4th of the year as he taps this one foul. Evens the count of 1 ball, 1 strike. Overall hitting .278. 5 home runs and 25 runs batted in. Missed outside. It's 2 balls and a strike. Greinke's coming off a start in which he gave up 6 earned runs in 7 innings against the Seattle Mariners up at Safeco Field, allowing 10 hits. Missed outside. It's 3 balls and a strike, 10 hits. The highest total against Greinke this year. He's done that 3 times, or has allowed that 3 times. Angels got him for 10 hits on June the 3rd. Chicago on June the 30th, and then Seattle last time out as that pitch is lifted in the air toward deep left center field. Alex Gordon, however, has got to be down. Battle in the sun, makes the catch, and they are 2 away.
Greinke gave up majority of those runs. I think all 6 of them in the first inning against Seattle as he struggled to get through that one. But he's had his problems against the Angels in his career, just 1-4 with an ERA over 4. And that great game he had against Joe Saunders last year, 1-0 loss. At that point, his ERA was below 1.
His longest winning streak of the year has been 3 games. That was between June 25th and July the 6th. He's on a 4-game losing streak. Several no decisions, but it's been a seesaw battle for him here of late as Castro rolls this one over to first. And Ka'aue retires Castro. Greinke returns the favors. The Angels go down in order. 1 of the books and no score here in Anaheim.
For 4 days, and I'm just glad to be back, man. And it was tough watching my teammates on the field and not have a part in some of that winning. And so I'm glad to be back and be a part of the team, and it's awesome.
Torrey Hunter talking about coming back and being in the starting lineup. He started out in right field, the cleanup man. He'll be leading things off in the bottom of the inning, but here in the top of the second with no score, KCA steps to the plate and takes a fastball for a strike. Royals first baseman 1 for 4, had a base hit and a run scored in the second inning last night. He went 0 for 3. He's hit the ball hard a couple times. Some towering shots as he gets fooled on that off-speed pitch. He's quickly 0-2.
KCA definitely is a guy that likes to hit the fastball. So if you can change speeds with him, get him out in front because he's very aggressive with his swing. We'll try to elevate a fastball on him.
Lays off of that one. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Weaver had a strikeout in the first inning. That was of Mitch Meyer. 1-2 pitch is just inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Good game plan there. Elevate the fastball, then throw the 2-seam or no-seam fastball on the inside corner. Just missed. Going to throw a curveball on the outer half.
That is pulled foul up the first base line.
You can see how his hips were flying open. He was able to keep his hands back long enough to pull that one foul. And that was a pitch out over the middle of the plate. So the speed itself was very good by Jared Weaver.
Breaking ball rolled foul. This one off the front of the screen. And so the count remains at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Another 2-2. Fastball got him looking on the inside corner. Down goes KCA. And there's out number 1.
You know, people always think of strikeout pitchers, a guy that throws the fastball around 97, 98. But Jared Weaver does such a good job as far as utilizing all 4 of his pitches. He also has a couple different type of fastballs, and it's that no-seam fastball to run back on the inside corner. Just missed 2 pitches prior to that. This time did not miss.
Second punch out of the game as Wilson Betemit steps in, takes his slow curveball upstairs. Betemit hitting .336, 4 home runs, 16 runs batted in. Had a 1 for 4 night last night that included a single. 2 for 8 in the series as the curveball drops in there. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Day game today, off day tomorrow, and then the Toronto Blue Jays strolling into town for the first of 3 starting on Friday. As that one is inside, 2 balls and a strike. Big swing by Betemit, comes up empty. A 2 ball, 2 strike count.
Another all-speed pitch. Betemit very good, also trying to hit the fastball.
Two got him with a fastball, locked him up. Same pitch that he just threw to KCA. But this time Betemit pulls the trigger, and he goes down swinging.
Just flat-out pitching. After a slow curveball, then come right in with that fastball with movement on the inner half, tied him up. All you can hope for as a hitter is just foul that ball off.
Jared's 174th strikeout of the year, tying his career best that he did last year. Have a good feeling he's going to break his career best this year. Gordon swings and misses there for strike 1.
Way to go out on a limb on that one. That's gutsy.
When I was a kid, they called me Nostradamus. Alex Gordon hitting .211, 5 home runs, 10 RBIs. He was 0 for 3 yesterday, but had a sac fly. That pitch didn't miss by much, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike.
Somehow I think they did probably call you that.
Absolutely. I hated it at first, but I just embraced it as I got older. 1-1 pitch. Upstairs, 2 balls and a strike.
Oh, great one. What do you think this next pitch will be then?
I think it's going to be a strike. 2-1. It's a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That is a true gift.
The rest of the year, now you could just assume that I am your Obi-Wan Kenobi. Two. Full count now. Got Mike Aviles on deck. A couple of strikeouts for Weaver here in the second. 3 overall already through an inning and 2/3.
Shaking off, wants to possibly go with that fastball inside again.
That one missed. It's ball 4. Apparently some barking coming out of the dugouts. Jim Joyce is walking that way, but only to retrieve some baseballs from the ball boy.
That was a pretty good pitch. Fastball got the corner at 91. Very effective pitch early in the game here for Jared, going that no-seam fastball in the inner half against left-handed batters.
Well, first base runner of the game for either side. It's a walk here with 2 outs. Here's Mike Aviles.
Jared's done a great job against left-handed batters this season. Only hitting .204 against them.
Aviles has had 1 plate appearance. That came as a pinch hitter in the 9th inning 2 nights ago. Ended up hitting a fly ball to center field. As he reaches for this one, fouls it back over the screen for strike 1. He is hitting .288. A couple of home runs, 16 runs batted in, as the Royals are right now, as we pointed out, 17 games back of the American League Central leading Minnesota Twins, who have retaken that lead. Royals, over the next 6-7 weeks, basically evaluating everybody, every spot in the lineup. That's why you see different changes in the lineup. Guys playing different spots. There goes Gordon. The pitch is looped up the first base line, and that's going to fall in for a base hit. An excuse me swing as Gordon ends up at third. And it works as a topspin lob single for Mike Aviles, and the Royals have runners at first and third here with 2 outs.
It's one of those ones, if you're a pitcher, you got to take a deep breath when you walk back to the mound, because you made a perfect pitch, and it's not a real good swing at all. And it flares it in for a base hit. We're talking about getting the guy. His hips are so way out in front, then all of a sudden the head. He's better to be able to get the bat on the ball, to be able to hit it out the right field. And a half swing at that.
Back foot up in the air.
I don't know if you're going to keep that on as part of your tape to show everybody how well you hit the baseball. But the results are a base hit.
Brian Pena, the switch hitting catcher, takes a curveball in for a strike. Now, we've talked about it a number of times throughout the year when you get that questionable call or non-call, as Jared apparently got against Alex Gordon. It continues the inning. There's the potential for runs to come across. More importantly, pitch count. End up throwing 5, 6, 7, depends on the situation, more pitches. Pena cues out one foul. It's no balls and 2 strikes.
That's a great point, too, because you make your pitch. You think the inning's over with. It was a battle anyhow against Gordon. Hit your spot, and lo and behold, it's called a ball, and then a flare into the outfield, and all of a sudden you have first and third. Throw an extra 6, 7, maybe 8 extra pitches if you can get through unscathed.
Pena getting to start behind the plate today. Jason Kendall got the first start. First 2 games, I should say. Pena was the last out at Monday's game. Fly ball to right field. So he's 0 for 1 in this series. And with Jason Kendall in the fold, not only for this year, but through next year, Pena, or whoever the backup is, not going to see a whole lot of playing time. Time is called here. Mathis is going to go out there. Pena at one time, believe it or not, in the Atlanta Braves organization.
Really, a Brave with the Kansas City Royals.
Yep. It's happened quite a bit lately. Native of Havana, Cuba. 0-2 fastball is up high. It's 1-2. Time with the Braves in 2000. Some time in the big leagues in 05, 6, 7, and 8. And then with Kansas City last year, got into 64 games at 273. 6 home runs and 18 runs batted in.
All of a sudden, the pace has slowed down completely.
And with nobody at second base, you can understand it with the guy at second base going through signs. But Jared and Jeff having troubles getting on the same page. Here's the 1-2. Aviles goes, and Pena goes down swinging, and that will end the inning. And essentially, Jared Weaver strikes out the side, a sandwich in between a walk and a base hit. We head to the bottom of the second with no score. With no score, it will be Hunter, Matsui, and his Steers here against Zach Greinke. Had a 1-2-3 inning of the first, including his first punch out. And Torrey takes a fastball in there for a strike.
Torrey with 3 career home runs against Zach Greinke.
Hitting .294, 18 home runs and 70 runs batted in as that slider misses outside. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Great road trip for Torrey up until he got ejected in Detroit. He was 8 for 16 with a couple of home runs, 5 runs batted in, and embracing that role in right field. One pitch is rolled foul at the third base line. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And you wonder how the timing is going to be for Torrey. You can have all the batting practice and hitting off the tee you want, but it's game action where you really feel comfortable at the plate. 4 games off, almost like that first game back from the All-Star break.
One-two, got him with a fastball that was up. Torrey goes down swinging. Second strikeout for Greinke. The first out recorded here in the second. As we take a look at our FoxSportsWest.com poll question for this afternoon. Who is the greatest third baseman in Major League history? Tough question considering is it defense, is it offense, is it combined? George Brett, Pine Trainer, Brooks Robinson, Mike Schmidt, or Wade Boggs?
I'm going with the guy not only with the hits, won 3 batting titles in 3 different decades, Gold Glove winner, but clutch in the postseason. Number 5, George Brett.
Nothing to do with perhaps maybe he bought some dinners for you along the way, or you roomed with him at some point. Nothing to do with that, right? As Matsui takes
zero. I'm being objective.
Down low. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Or that perhaps without the Royals doing their television broadcast, he might be tuning in today.
Just in case.
Just in case.
Get the MLB package to be able to watch our game.
You are a master. Aviles will retire Matsui, and there are 2 outs. Take a look at our Farmers Insurance true stories of the game. Ex-Royals great George Brett, by the way, as we continue to blow him up some more, is the only player ever to win batting titles in 3 decades, as Gooby just pointed out. How about that? How did you know that? 76, 80, and 90.
I remember 90 very well. Helped me get a lot of those W's, at least a few of them.
Sturris takes a strike. Take him to dinner already, will you?
I will, because I get a freebie.
Freebie. Shocker. T-Rex. Sturris takes outside. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Meiser hitting .247 with 3 home runs and 25 runs batted in. And by the way, visit farmers.com today to hear more true stories from Farmers customers, to find a SoCal agent near you, and perhaps to even find video of Gooby talking about George Brett. Vignettes, if you will.
Still pictures back in those days.
That's up the middle, and Aviles is not going to get this one. And the Angels have their first hit of the game against Zach Greinke. Comes to 2 outs here, the second, and it keeps the inning alive for Mike Napoli.
We got backup slider, one on the outside part of the plate, middle. Meister did a good job of going with the pitch. Hit it hard out the middle for a ground ball base hit. Greinke, pretty good move. 3 pickoffs. Allowed 7 stolen bases. Holds the ball very well also.
Napoli swings through the fastball at 95 miles an hour. It's 0-1. Mike getting to start at first base. He was behind the plate last night, went 0 for 3. And in 256, 18 home runs and 51 driven home. Outfield fairly deep against Napoli. I having grown up in Kansas City, I do remember some of those games that you guys used to play. Good old Royal Stadium. You guys did have the propensity to spray paint your uniforms on. You guys were the skin tight unis, didn't you? Especially those baby blues. Napoli fouls that one back, and it's 0-2.
Allegedly.
No, there's no allegedly to it. Just pick up any Topps card.
The intimidation factor.
The form-fitting look?
Yes. The powder blue unis, it works very well.
Was it big in Philly growing up, wearing powder blue, skin tight? No? Not in the 70s?
No way. Although the Phillies had those powder blue with the red in them also.
They did.
Back in the day.
Curveball is a called strike 3. Napoli can't believe it. A little lob curveball from Zach Greinke. Third strikeout for him. 2 complete, no score. With no score, and we'll take a look at our Hyundai keys to the game.
Well, the big thing is for Jerry Weaver, that changeup. It's one of the best in baseball. There's been some changes in the lineup for the Angels with Bobby Abreu leading off, Torrey Hunter in the right field, but above all, the ace of the staff with that great changeup that can throw for strikes, can actually expand the strike zone out of the strike zone and get a swing and miss.
Jared has thrown, I should say, 38 pitches thus far, 25 for strikes. 4 strikeouts already, 1 walk, 1 hit allowed. Junieski Betancourt takes a strike on the outside corner. And in case you were wondering, that last curveball that struck out Mike Napoli to end the second was a strike, even though Napoli didn't care for the call. Betancourt over to third. Callaspo comes up with a nifty little play for the third baseman. There is out number 1.
Callaspo's done a nice job at third base. In between hop, able to gather himself and make the throw across the diamond to get that first out of the inning, which is always the most important thing for a pitcher, to get that first out, because you have options. Even if you get a base hit, you're 1 pitch away from getting a ground ball, double play, and be over with the inning.
It's not the most traditional way of fielding balls. Callaspo at third base does, as Bloomquist fouls us off, does play the ball more so to his side, but he's got soft enough hands, and his reaction time is so good, especially on the short hop, that he can get away with it.
It's all about the quick hands. He's a middle infielder by trade. Not only shortstop, second base, particularly played a lot of second base, but third base has a chance to be able to react and still be able to get the hands out and make the plays, and still a strong enough arm to throw out the base runner down the line.
1-1 count here on Willie Bloomquist, the right fielder, the fly ball to center to start this game off, and he'll line this one to Eric Ibar for round number 2. So Bloomquist 0 for 2 in this game. 2 quick outs for Jared Weaver here in the third. That'll bring up Mitch Meyer.
And that's the point, a couple quick outs. After the last inning, he had 3 strikeouts and a walk in there, so the pitch count went up a bit for Jarrett. But again, a couple quick ones now. Communicating over there with Mike Napoli, the first inning. He has that side of the infield on a slow roller. It's all about communication for a pitcher in first base.
Meyer taking a big hack there, coming up empty. He was a strikeout victim in the first inning, chasing a high fastball. Meyer really reminds me of former Royal Mark Teahan, currently of the Chicago White Sox. His approach at the plate, very similar. The way he swings the bat.
Yeah, you see him moving forward, a front side hitter. That's why they try to go back upstairs. When you're a front side hitter, you're susceptible to the high fastball, because it's difficult to be able to bring your hands up and through the zone to make good contact.
And the 1-2. Reaches for this one toward the middle. This stirs to the backhand. Gets rid of it quickly. Meyer can run, but still they get him out at first as Weaver retires the side in order for the second time in this game. Sure, they're hanging out at the beach. We're hanging out here at the Big A with no score. So far, pitching matchup has lived up to its billing. Zach Greinke for Kansas City, Jared Weaver for the Angels. Jeff Mathis swings and misses on that first pitch curveball. Halos sending up 8, 9, and 1. Mathis, Willits, and Abreu. Weaver 4 punch outs. Greinke 3. Fastball missing high, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Mathis hitting .219 on the year, 3 home runs, 11 runs batted in. Had the night off last night, got the start in Monday's game, and went 0 for 4. Off-speed pitch, missed inside, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Greinke, of course, coming off a fantastic year, picking up the American League Cy Young Award. 16-8 record. Mathis went around on the breaking pitch. No, he did not. Very close on that slider. It's 3 balls and a strike. Greinke leading the major leagues in ERA at 2.16. There was some question as to whether or not he deserved it. Pitching in the American League Central. I mean, it was ridiculous, some of the numbers he put up. That's no disrespect to Felix Hernandez, who had a fantastic year. This one is out toward right center field. And Meyer's not going to get this one. It falls in for a base hit. Mathis will stop it first. Meyer, pretty good arm in center field. It's a leadoff single.
Good route he took as far as cutting off that baseball. Look, initially had a real good chance of being a gapper. Leadoff double for Jeff Mathis. A good approach to the plate by him also. Fastball, 93, stayed back, drove it very well to right center field, but Meyer was able to cut it off. Throw it into second base, keep Mathis to a single. Now you might have a bunt scenario up here with Reggie Willits.
Reggie takes upstairs. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Willits hitting .290. 8 runs batted in. He's got 3 doubles.
Greinke, the proper approach as far as throwing the high fastball. Very difficult pitch to bunt if you're Reggie Willits if it's up in the strike zone like that.
Reggie drops a bunt in front of the plate. He dented too much. Recorded out at second base is Jeff Mathis, who went in very hard to Betancourt, trying to break up that double play. And there's 1 away. Almost too good of a bunt by Reggie, since it just stayed right next to the plate. That's why Pena was able to throw out Mathis.
And Jim Joyce, the home plate umpire, right on it right away. At a point it was in fair territory. Pena was able to make the throw. A wide throw, pretty close play. You put your shortstop in a vulnerable position on a throw like that in second. Well, you can even see the spin on the baseball.
Willits reaching on the fielder's choice. And back to the top of the order here in Bobby Abreu. Bobby, a strikeout victim in the first. Swings here and loops one out towards shallow left center field. Betancourt's not going to get it. Willits on his way to third as Bobby has picked up a base hit here. The Halos have runners at the corners with 1 out, and Eric Ibar coming up.
Real good read by Reggie Willits. He knew that baseball was not going to be caught. He got around at second base very quickly and is able to get into third base on a first and third flare from Bobby Abreu. A fastball elevated on the inner half, fights it off. Reggie Willits right away says there's no chance that's going to be caught. It's around the third base rather easily. Now an opportunity for the Angels to score. It's all about that good read on the ball if the outfielder is going to make the play or not.
Ibar swings the first pitch and rolls it foul in front of Alfredo Griffin for strike 1. Eric 0 for 1, hit a fly ball to left in the first inning. That one's up and in. Evens the count of the ball and the strike.
And Eric's going to have to stay patient right here. Try to get a fastball. Elevating upward, hit a fly ball. Greinke's obviously been doing his homework. Eric Ibar's swinging a lot of those pitches down and in, whether a slider or curveball. He's going with a fastball.
This one out towards center field, hit pretty well. Mitch Myers playing deep. It's going to be deep enough to score Reggie Willits. And Eric Ibar has himself a sacrifice fly, and the Angels a 1-0 lead.
Great approach for Eric Ibar. Got that fastball, elevated enough he could hit the fly ball and get the run across. Good job by Reggie Willits to be in position to be at third base to score on this fly ball. Howard's replay. Fastball, four-seam fastball. Surprised that Greinke went with that pitch. Mistake, and Eric Ibar made him pay for it by hitting that fly ball and getting the run in.
Eric picking up his 26th RBI. There are 2 outs here in the third inning for Alberto Callaspo with Bobby Abreu over at first. Quick meeting between Pena and Greinke. A lot of accomplishments for Greinke last year, including striking out 15 on August 25th to set a new Kansas City Royals record for strikeouts in a game, breaking my partner's record.
Thanks for bringing that up.
I'm merely a messenger. At least he did it sporting your number 23.
That's another good observation.
He may not be sporting that number 23 in Kansas City much longer.
Yeah, he was pretty critical of the direction the club has been taking. So he may be one of the big names as far as in the trade market during the winter meetings this coming off season.
It's a very friendly contract as far as club friendly. A couple more years left on it. He falls behind a Callaspo, 2 balls and no strikes. One thing about Kansas City Royals fans, when you're one of theirs, they'll take care of you. They'll bring you in, they'll cook you dinner. You're one of them. You say something negative about them, you don't want to be there, they will drive you to the airport. As Callaspo takes up and away, and it's 3 balls and no strikes.
I remember Steve Bono was a quarterback for the Chiefs saying there really wasn't many good restaurants, and they were 13-3, yet they booed him every time he took a snap in football. So yes, you say something critical about the organization or the city, you're not going to be welcome.
3-0's outside. 4-pitch walk issued to Callaspo. Puts 2 men on here with 2 outs, and Torre gets another opportunity here against Zach Greinke. He struck out against him leading off the second.
It's almost as if they were reluctant to challenge Callaspo. It was odd because Greinke brought Pena out to talk about how they were going to attack Callaspo, and the 4 pitch is not really close to the zone.
And it wasn't as if they were trying to get him to chase an off-speed pitch where Alberto can be sometimes susceptible to. They went with hard stuff away. See what he does here against Torre. First pitch is a breaking ball down low, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. Abreu's the man at second. Callaspo over at first. So Torre's numbers as a right fielder, 8 for 17, a couple of home runs. It started in that series in Baltimore at Camden Yards. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And Greinke, when he's on his game, his slider is maybe his best pitch. He's been susceptible to big innings against him this season. Against Minnesota, gave up 8. Seattle gave up 6. Against the White Sox, gave up 6 runs in a game. Same thing against the Minnesota Twins.
One pitch. Fastball jammed him. Fouled it back 98 miles an hour. And he's 1-2.
Throwing a 66-mile-an-hour curveball. Very slow one, and of course 98 on that fastball. 32-mile-an-hour differential.
A curveball very Vicente Padilla-like. of the Dodgers.
Frank Tanana used to use that slow curveball like that, too, when he was with the Tigers. Well, granted, his fastball wasn't like it used to be with the Angels at that point, but it's a very effective pitch.
1-2 upstairs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kenny Rogers used to flip one up there as well. Again, you're talking about guys that are on the back end of their careers that they need to mix in those off-speed pitches, whereas Padilla's got a firm fastball. Greinke's got a pretty firm fastball. Oswalt's done it for a long time, too. Little chopper toward short. Betancourt's going to charge in, trying to throw out Torrey. It's a high throw, and Torrey is out at first. Very close play. And that will end the inning. But the Angels strike first. They get a sac fly by Eric Ibar, and after 3, Angels lead it 1-0. Trivia question. Mark Gubiza is third on the all-time Royals list with 132 wins. Who are the top 2? Let's see. You're going to venture a guess.
No, I won't do that one.
Billy Butler to lead things off here. Jared Weaver takes the mound with a 1-0 lead.
I know them all too well. Ex-teammates, too.
Butler takes a fastball in for a strike. It'll be Butler, Ka'aiue, and Bettamy. Here against Jared Weaver has 4 strikeouts and a walk. 1 hit allowed. That was to Mike Aviles in the second. This one chopped on the ground over to third. Callaspo will fire across the diamond. Napoli's got it for the first down. And the next Wells Fargo Big Bang Friday takes place this Friday as the Angels take on the Toronto Blue Jays. Come out to the Big A for another exciting night of Break Out the Red Week and then stay for the spectacular post-game fireworks. Purchase your tickets today at angelsbaseball.com.
Toronto in town. They have 178 home runs as a team. The closest to them with 144, so they can hit the big fly. Should be a great series. And fireworks.
Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. Cito Gaston's last year at the helm of the Toronto Blue Jays.
When you look at good stories in baseball, I think Toronto has been a pretty good story this year. Considering they've been playing decent ball. Tough division. Roy Halladay was traded away.
They're 59-53 in the American League East, 10 games back of the Yankees. Curveball is outside. 2 balls and a strike.
And that curveball was 69 miles an hour.
And it's 3-1. Ka'aiue, the strikeout victim, leading off the second for Jared Weaver.
See the difference? 92 mile an hour fastball, 69 mile an hour curveball.
It's a full count. Good off-speed pitch there.
See if he can sneak that no-seam fastball in the inner half.
Payoff pitch. Breaking ball, got it. Strikeout number 5 for Jared Weaver. Second out here in the fourth brings up Wilson Benavides.
And sometimes even when you're a pitcher and you shake off the catcher, that plants a seed of doubt in the hitter's mind what he's actually going to throw. Because he was originally, Mathis wanted that fastball inside, but ended up throwing that slow curveball at 70 miles an hour, gets a swing and miss.
And even though you see those type of swings on occasion, especially from a young player, recently called up as Benavides takes a strike on the outside corner, you wonder if Keela at some point will go back to his minor league ways. It's the guy that walked 102 times last year. It still put up pretty decent numbers, even though his batting average was down last year. Benavides waving at that off-speed pitch, and it's 0-2.
I think sometimes young players come up and just try to put up those big numbers right away instead of having their simplified approach at the plate, which they're successful even in the minor leagues. It's the same thing. Pitchers are just more in tune as far as throwing off-speed pitches and fastball counts. The reality is that's when you have to have that good eye.
Benavides laid on that fastball. Count remains at 0-2. He was a strikeout victim himself in the second inning as he swung through a fastball, that no-seam fastball on the inside part of the plate. Just inside, 1-2.
And that pitch doesn't miss by a whole lot. It's about a baseball away from being on that inside corner. Good spot, though.
Two balls, two strikes here on Benavides with 2 outs. Off speed, got him. The straight change up, down goes Benavides. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Weaver. We head to the bottom of the fourth with the Angels leading it 1-0. AT&T. TV, high-speed internet, home phone, and wireless. Visit AT&T.com or call 1-800-PICK-AT&T for details. By your Southern California Ford dealers, where you'll find the new Transit Connect. Check it out at scforddealers.com. And by 76 Gasoline. We're on the driver's side. Was that you trying to pretend you were Keela Kaiue in Hawaii?
Yeah, yes, I love surfing.
Looking for the waves. As Matsui lifts one in the air to left center field. It's a leadoff base hit. Fourth hit giving up by Zach Greinke. That'll bring up Meiser Isturs. Go back to our AT&T trivia question. He'll be third on the all-time Royals win list with 132. Who are the other two? I guess Brett Saberhagen? No. Paul split over Dennis Leonard.
Dennis Leonard, he was my mentor coming up through the Royals organization, and his locker was right next to mine. I talked to him many, many, many nights. Probably at a point where he didn't want to hear my voice anymore.
Hit and run. Matsui is gunned down by Pena as Asturias comes up empty. One away.
That's the second time we've seen Mike Scioscia put the hit and run on with Matsui at first base. And we talked about they're going to be more aggressive, the Angels. And they were counting on Meister to be able to put that ball in play with Matsui running, though.
1 ball, 1 strike here as that pitch is in the dirt. Meister had a base hit in his first plate appearance, so he's 1 for 1. Playing on an everyday basis now. Howie Kendrick getting the day off as Asturias hits one in the air to center. Meyer was playing fairly deep, and he'll make the catch. There are 2 outs. They come out to Kaiser Family Sunday on August 15th as all kids 12 and under will be invited down to the field to run the bases after the game as the Halos take on the Toronto Blue Jays. Be sure to purchase your tickets at angelsbaseball.com or any of the Angel Stadium ticket windows. So Greinke with 2 outs here in the 4th inning has Mike Napoli at the plate. Napoli struck out looking. And the second, that was on a very slow curveball. Takes a sharp one in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Oh, 2 now. Royals with no runs, a hit. They've stranded 2 on base. The ball may have gotten a piece of Torrey.
Rick Smith, the trainer, helping him up. Hopefully he's all right. Looks to be all right. He seems to have fun during the course of the game, I think.
I do believe he may have been messing around. One-two pitch in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I think Torrey's happy to be playing again. Those 4 days off, not real happy.
Oh, and you see Soj walk down and then all of a sudden spin right back around. It's not that serious. Greinke starting his windup and stopping it himself. 2 balls, 2 strikes here with 2 outs. That's a full count. Angels getting their run in the 3rd inning. Willits trying to sacrifice Jeff Mathis. Reached down the fielder's choice, moved to 3rd on a single by Abreu, and scored on the Ibar sac fly. Here's the 3-2. Got him swinging on the breaking pitch. Greinke has picked up his 4th strikeout. It's essentially a 1-2-3 inning, even though Matsui had a leadoff base hit. That was caught stealing. Through 4, Angels still leading. Loveza. Top of the fifth inning here at the Big A. Halos up by the score of 1-0. Jared Weaver with back-to-back 1-2-3 innings. He's retired the last 7 in a row. He's giving up that bloop single off the bat of Mike Aviles. And here in the fifth inning, he'll face Gordon, Aviles, and Pena. 6 punch-outs already for Jared Weaver. As a curveball is in there for a strike. Gordon drew a walk in the second inning, the only free pass that Weaver has allowed. This one lifted in the air down the first base line into foul territory. Napoli runs out of room.
So slow curveball, change up. I think he almost got Gordon last time up with that fastball in the inside corner that he didn't get the call. Good time to elevate a fastball now when you're ahead of the count 0-2. Above the letters.
Gordon gets some new lumber. And will step in with a no-ball, 2-strike count. It's the 5th time in this game in which Weaver has had an 0-2 count. Usually puts you in a pretty good position to pick up a strikeout. And down goes Gordon.
Boy, you did it again.
There's out number 1. That's 3 consecutive punch-outs for Weaver.
What a good slow curveball. Expanded the zone. You're talking about hitting your spots, especially when you're ahead. Honda, over the top, curveball, rotation of the baseball. As a hitter, you see that, you think you have a chance, and all of a sudden it's in the ground and you're swinging at it. No chance of making contact.
Beal is fooled on the breaking pitch, evens the count at 1-1. He had that little single that just landed in the outfield grass beyond Napoli. And was stranded there. Fouls that one back. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Bealis with that different approach as the pitch is about ready to be delivered. A lot of movement, hands up high, but when the pitch is about ready to be delivered, that's when he brings it down and in a normal position to hit the baseball.
Got him swinging on the breaking pitch. Mathis applies the tag, and it's back-to-back strikeouts for Weaver. 2 outs here in the 5th. Take a look at our U.S. Marines leaders of the game and talking about Jared Weaver. Only Angels to win the American League strikeout title. Nolan Ryan 7 times. Frank Tanana in 1975. 179 punch-outs right now.
Amazing. That's only 160 innings pitched.
Brian Pena takes a strike. He struck out in the second. He's 0 for 1. Jared's coming off a start in which he struck out 9 against the Tigers. That was last Friday at Comerica Park. Walked 4, picked up the win.
Well, he's got that curveball working now. A chance to punch out the sides again. Struck out the side with 3 strikeouts in the second and a chance here in the 5th.
Off speed is foul back. Count remains with a ball and 2 strikes.
Now with a changeup 1-2 pitch. Pena was way out in front of that one. Jared looking in on the sign. What's he going to go with? Right back with that changeup.
Down goes Pena. Another 1-2-3 inning for Jared Weaver as he has picked up his 9th strikeout of the game. Angels still leading 1-0. Zach Greinke has given up a run. He struck out 4 and walked 1. He'll face Mathis, Willits, and Abreu here in the 5th. Same guys that he faced in that 3rd inning. That's when the Angels scratched across the one and only run allowed in this game. Mathis takes a strike. Jeff had a base hit in the 3rd inning. It's 1 for 1. That's on the outside corner, quickly 0-2. The Angels taking game 1 against Kansas City Monday night, 6-4 the final in that one. Irvin Santana picking up his 11th win. Then on Tuesday, Dan Herron picked up his first win as a member of the Angels organization, a 3-1 victory. Brian Fuentes saving both of those games, his 22nd and 23rd saves of the year. Two balls, 2 strikes. Bullpen, of course, gets a shot in the arm with Trevor Bell moving back to the pen with the off days coming up. No need for a 5th starter. I believe it's till about August 21st or thereabouts.
It's one adjustment that Mike Scioscia has made this season. He's never, generally in the past, with an off day, he would stay with the 5-man rotation, give Irwin an extra day off. I think that's the right decision to make, because you're trying to make up some serious ground against the Texas Rangers. Your best opportunity, your 4 best starters. They still stay on their normal rest anyhow.
Two. Mathis fouls it back. Good fastball there and on the hands. As it goes, it would be Scott Kazmir getting to start on Friday night against Mark Sipchinski with the Blue Jays. Then Irvin Santana gets Brett Cecil. Ricky Romero against Dan Herron. Mathis lifts a fly ball out to left. And it's Gordon stepping out of the track, makes the catch. There is the first out here in the bottom of the 5th. Hey, Chevrolet is giving you a chance to sit in some sweet seats to an upcoming game. To find out about this sweet experience or to enter, visit angelsbaseball.com/Chevy today. Sweet seat winners will be invited to Fan Appreciation Day for a chance to win an official ride of Angels Baseball, a brand new Chevrolet.
Boy, the sweet seats are back.
Oh, yeah. There's Reggie Willits with 1 out, nobody on. Reggie reached on the fielder's choice, so he's 0 for 1. Came around to score the only run in this game. Jim Joyce barking out the strike calls. Of course, one of the most respected umpires in Major League Baseball. Made the unfortunate call that cost Armando Galarraga the perfect game in Detroit against the Cleveland Indians. I think the way that everything was handled, from Galarraga to Joyce to Tiger fans, really,
that was a lot of
credit too.
And the whole Tiger organization, the way they, the next day encouraged the fans to realize, hey, it was a mistake made. It was not done on purpose. Jim even acknowledged the fact he did make a mistake. He was wrong on the call.
Reggie fouling that one back. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And that doesn't happen often. Generally, umpires will believe that they made the call that they thought was right.
Huh? You mean like a bouncer that goes up the third base line that looks fair on TV?
Are you still bitter about that one? That was a foul ball against the Marlins.
No, it was not. Willits loops one out to left center, and Meyer calls off Gordon, makes a catch for round number 2. And then sticking by the call.
Yep.
It's a magic baseball.
But the call was right.
So says the Philly fan. Here's Bobby Abreu with 2 outs and nobody on base. Greinke legitimately has struck out, or pardon me, retired to side an order once. That was in the first inning. He faced a minimum 3 in the fourth. Matsui had a leadoff base hit, but then was caught stealing and botched hit and run.
What you see is 2 pitchers in this game today that can change speeds as well as any pitchers in the game. Make a throw for strikes, whether it's a slow curveball, changeup, or different fastballs. It's very difficult if you're a hitter to have your timing down. You can look for a certain pitch. Say you're looking for a fastball, then you get a 66-mile-an-hour curveball or a 69-mile-an-hour curveball or a changeup. It's just tough to stay back.
Oh, 2 from Greinke. Outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Time where if you're a hitter, you have to trust your hands. You can stay deep enough in the strike zone. Even if you're out in front on an off-speed pitch, your hands will still drag it through the zone. You can hit it hard.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Bobby is struck down at singles, so 1 for 2 afternoon. Bobby taking a big rip on that 95-mile-an-hour fastball.
Greinke has given up 15 home runs here, 10 versus left-handed batters. That was his strong suit last season as far as facing lefties. You can use that slow curveball or changeup, which is very effective if you're a right-handed pitcher against a lefty hitter.
Inside, full count now. Ibar, the man on deck. This one grounded over to short. Betancourt's got the skimmer. And Abreu is retired for the 3rd out of the inning. A 1-2-3 inning for Zack Greinke. 5 in the books. Angels still up 1-0.
Coors Light Freeze Can. Jared Weaver throwing the Uncle Charlie curveball. Great action. The seams tumbling down out of the strike zone. Getting outscored way out in front. Perfect location that pitch. Hitter sees fastball, gets that curveball. That is that Coors Light Freeze Can brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. Good combination of curveballs and changeups and spotting the fastball.
9 punch outs overall for Jared Weaver as Betancourt hooks the first pitch foul down the left field line. 9-1-2 due up for Kansas City. Betancourt, Bloomquist, and Meyer.
There are a lot of first pitch strikes. 14 of the 18 batters first pitch strike. A number of them are that slow curveball able to throw in the strike zone.
1 ball, 1 strike here on Betancourt. It grounded out to Kayaspo in the 3rd inning. Of those 9 strikeouts, Weaver has picked up 5 consecutive. Betancourt drills one out to deep center field. Willett still going back at the wall. That is gone. We're tied at 1. Betancourt with his 10th home run of the year.
Jarrett now has given up 18 home runs. And when you're around the strike zone as often as Jarrett is, you're going to give up some big flies. The majority of them are solo shots, 4-seam fastball. Up and out over the plate. Reggie Willis tried the best he could to bring it back in.
This one down the right field line, chasing Torrey over. He'll make the running catch. And Bloomquist is retired for the first time.
Betancourt has some pop now. 10 home runs on the season.
Second
especially
home
on
run
that fastball
in this series. He's always a guy that loves pulling the ball. Surprised he approaches him more to get him outside, firm stuff away, make him hit the opposite way. He and Jose Lopez very similar, former teammates in Seattle. Lopez still there.
Yeah, if you have a guy that's pull happy like that, Victor, you're right. I mean, if you stay on the outer half, the chances are they're going to hit a ground ball to shortstop.
Meyer loses the handle of the bat on that swing. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Myers 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground ball to second. Not the only day game going on in Major League Baseball today. The Cardinals finish the sweep of the Cincinnati Reds 6-1 this afternoon. See what Brandon Phillips has to say after today's game.
That was pretty interesting, that series.
Good little fight yesterday. Melee. Tigers beat Tampa Bay 3-2. Justin Verlander was on the mound against Matt Garza. In the 10th inning, Atlanta leading Houston 8-2.
So they had a good 10th inning, I would imagine, the Braves.
One could assume. As Meyer takes that pitch outside. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes.
They were getting some pretty good pitches to drive, but they waited to the 10th inning to do so.
Oakland leading Seattle 4-0 up at Safeco. That game in the 6th inning. 2-2 is fouled straight back. Everything else on the docket is night baseball, including the Rangers hosting the New York Yankees at the ballpark in Arlington. Texas beating Mariano Rivera the 10th inning last night.
Well, the Sandman hasn't given up many runs at all the whole season.
There was a infield base hit to Michael Young. A jam shot base hit by Josh Hamilton to right. And I got 2 on with nobody out as Meyer pulls this one over to first and skips past Napoli. I don't know if that took a bounce to Nap's right. That certainly looked like a ball that was going right toward him. We'll see how they rule it as Meyer reaches here with 1 out in the 6th.
Through ball. It looked like it went right by him.
It went to his right. So it must have kicked left.
That's a spot where you see base stealers getting in position possibly to steal a base, so you're going to have cleat marks in the dirt. Maybe that's what happened. It looked like he was in position to make the play, then it went by him.
Napoli's getting charged with an error. It brings up Billy Butler, the DH. 1-1 tie here in the 6th inning. Betancourt tying it up with his 10th home run of the year.
Butler has hit into 24 double plays this season. A couple ground balls already in the game.
Breaking pitch out toward right center field. Hit pretty well as Willits is tracking it. He'll make the catch There is out number 2 as Meyer heads back to first base.
Boy, everything hit in the air in the daytime. The big A is always seems to be you lose your breath on the mound for a second or so. Ball carries so well. Ball at the end again and all the way back to the warning track. Bencourt's home run may not get out at night.
Keila Kaiue, the first baseman, steps up now. He's 0 for 2. Struck out looking into the second inning. Struck out swinging in the fourth. Number 15th round selection by Kansas City. And a monster 2008 year. It kind of came back down to earth in 2009 and down at AAA this year. Back up to the monster numbers. 24 home runs down there. He hits this one off the end of the bat right to Eric Ibar, and that will end the inning. But the Royals tie it up on Bencourt's 10th of the year. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning, knotted up at 1 apiece. With grilled pineapple and teriyaki sauce, new at Carl's Jr. And by Hawaiian Gardens Casino. Get your game on. Now more than ever, the smart choice is CarMax. By Carl's Jr. Introducing the Hawaiian Teriyaki Chicken Sandwich with grilled pineapple and teriyaki sauce. New at Carl's Jr. And by Hawaiian Gardens Casino. Get your game on. Eric Ibar trying to bunt his way on to start the bottom of the 6th inning. And he's thrown out by Zach Greinke. And a 1-1 tie here. Greinke's thrown the ball well, just like Weaver has. Zach has allowed 4 hits, Weaver 2. And that'll bring up Alberto Callaspo here with 1 out, nobody on. Callaspo has grounded out over to first and has walked, the only walk issued by Greinke in this one.
Well, we talked about how both these pitchers throw a lot of strikes. Zach Greinke, first pitch strikes 17 to the 21 batters he's faced.
1 ball, 1 strike here on Callaspo. Greinke having thrown 78 pitches, 48 for strikes. Callaspo rolls over this one to first base. Feeds Greinke, and there are 2 outs. And this Saturday, all kids 2 to 18 in attendance will receive a free backpack courtesy of Zone. Special Hidden Halo prizes for this night include movie passes, Oakley sunglasses, iPods, Disney gift cards, autographed Jared Weaver Stadium banners, Torrey Hunter autographed jersey, all-star gear, and more. Get your tickets today at angelsbaseball.com. So a 1-3 put out and 3-1 put out here to start the 6th inning. Here comes Torrey. 0 for 2 in his return off the 4-game suspension. A strikeout and a ground ball to short. Swinging at that first pitch slider, and he's in the hole at 0-1. Torrey tied for the team lead in home runs with 18. is the team leader in RBIs with 70. He yanks this one to the left field, a base hit. A pitch down and in. Torrey let it fly. It's a 2-out knock. Keeps the inning alive for Hideki Matsui.
A little different arm angle, too, for Greinke to try to sink that fastball. Torrey did a nice job of getting the bat head out. Might have been this was more of a changeup, turned it over than that sinker. There's a true circle changeup down in the zone. Torrey was able to get the bat out because of the fact it was on the inner half of the plate. If it's down and away, more difficult for a right-handed batter to be able to make contact with that pitch.
Torrey at first base, Matsui at the plate. He's 1 for 2. Ground ball to second, had a base hit leading off the fourth.
Ricky with 3 pickoffs at first. Good move. Torrey with 9 stolen bases on the season.
The Angels with a run in the third inning to take a 1-0 lead. Kansas City tying it up with the top of the 6th. Yuniesky Betancourt to his 10th home run of the year. There's the 1-0. There's a strike into the knee. He's 1-1.
Matsui might have missed his pitch there. Greinke fastball at the knee level on the inner half. Pitch at Matsui. Love to see again during this sequence of pitches.
One and two. Back-to-back fastballs. And Matsui in the hole here. See Dino Evil flashing the signs. Not much you could really do in this situation. Torrey knows whether or not he's going or not. You would assume. So I think you would probably see is a stop sign. And Matsui goes down swinging. The third out of the inning. 5th strikeout of the afternoon for Zach Greinke. We are through 6, still tied at 1 here at the Big A. Kansas City sending up Benamis, Gordon, and Aviles here against Jared Weaver. 9 punch outs for Jared, 1 walk. Bettamy swings the first pitch and pops it up. Meiser Stewart will make the grab, and there's the first down of the inning. Bettamy now is agreed to take a look at our Lexus Pursuing Perfection.
Boy, Jared, just a great assortment of pitches throughout this game. Good fastball, good no-seam fastball in the inner half. A great curveball. Has been very good with that changeup. This curveball has been dropping 69 miles an hour. Very good changeup too. Spotted it exceptionally well. 9 strikeouts on the day for Jared Weaver through 6 1/3. That is our Lexus Pursuing Perfection.
2 hits allowed. The base hit to Mike Aviles in the second. The home run to Betancourt in the 6th inning. Gordon showing bunt, takes a curveball outside. Gordon's walked and struck out, so he's 0 for 1. Yanks this one into right field for a base hit. Out in front of that breaking pitch, but out, placing it perfectly in a shallow right. A 1-out knock for Gordon, puts a man on for Kansas City and brings up Aviles.
Actually, late in a game like this, Ned Yost may be more apt to put some type of either straight steal or hit and run on against Jared here, trusting Aviles to be able to put the ball in play.
Now we saw Gordon going with Aviles at the plate in the 2nd inning. That's when Aviles just flipped that base hit into shallow right. Royals had runners at 1st and 3rd in the 2nd with 2 outs, and then Pena struck out to end the threat. Breaking pitch just misses down and away. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Bill has had a fantastic year in 2008. Played 51 games at AAA, then 102 in the big leagues. Mostly at shortstop, hitting .325 with 10 home runs and 51 RBIs. Crooker over there, and Gordon's back. And having to deal with the Tommy John surgery that ended his year last year, back on June the 8th. Limited to just 36 games. And now with the Royals going out and picking up Betancourt, he's pretty much the everyday shortstop. Aviles trying to make his mark at second base. Gordon goes. The pitch is rolled on the left side, and that's a base hit. Gordon ends up at third base, and Aviles stops at first.
Well, it's worked twice as far as hit and run with Aviles and Gordon being on base.
And again, fooled on that pitch. A breaking ball down and away. Just went out and got it, pulled it to the left side.
I think as a hitter, when a hit and run situation is put on for you, just think about making contact, so you shorten up your swing. 2 baseballs hit in this inning alone by the Royals. It didn't have much velocity behind that flare in the right field by Alex Gordon, who was fooled on it, and Aviles fooled on that pitch also.
Brings up Pena, the catcher, 0 for 2 with a couple of punch outs. Callaspo's playing in near the cut of the grass at third. Looking for that double play ball here off the bat of Pena. Takes a big hack on that curved ball. Just down in front of it. It's no balls and a strike.
Good curveball once again. Hold off that pitch.
Betancourt, the guy on deck. And he already hit the home run, his 10th, to tie things up in the 6th inning. Pena, the guy Jared would like to get. Down and in, snap throw to first base, and back in is Aviles.
Pena's grounded into 4 double plays and not a whole lot of at bats either. Just 48 at bats, so certainly a guy that is a candidate to hit the double play ball. But Jarrett more of a fly ball pitcher and a strikeout pitcher. So the curveball will be the pitch. He can get on the rollover, hit the ground ball to Meiser, possibly able to get that double play.
One. Waving at the changeup. 1-2. Pena went down swinging, as we pointed out, his first 2 plate appearances, both on changeups. And now in the hole again at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gordon at third base, Aviles at first. 1-1 here in the 7th with 1 out. Emergency hack on the fastball, and he fouls it off.
Well located, because you're wondering along with Jarrett if he's going to throw him a fastball. You have to throw that pitch off the plate like he did. Now you're setting him right back up with either that curveball on the outside corner or the changeup.
One, 2. Fouled off to the left. Went back with the fastball there.
Way out there, fastball on the outside corner, fastball inside corner. Back home and changeup. Good decision if it's located well.
Just got a piece of it.
Now Mathis going out to discuss it with Jarrett as far as what do you want to do. I mean, you would think after that changeup you can elevate the fastball, because where Pena has his hands, it'd be very difficult to be able to get up and get that high fastball. But he hasn't shown that he can stay back enough to be able to hit that changeup or curveball also. So he has options. But Pena's doing a nice job of fighting off some tough pitches.
Still a 1 ball, 2 strike count here on Pena with runners at the corners. A quick step off by Weaver. Action in the Angels bullpen. Kevin Jepson's up. Weaver at 98 pitches thus far. There goes Aviles. A swing and a miss to Pena. There are 2 outs as Aviles picks up a stolen base.
Now it's time for our Coors Light Cold Hard Blast. Betancourt last time up, fastball. 4-seam fastball out over the plate. Hits it to almost dead center field. Reggie Wills tried to make the play on it, unable to do so. The only real mistake made in this entire game by Jerry Weaver, who has 10 punch-outs on the game.
Betancourt 1 for 2 with that home run. He's also grounded out. Now he's got the runners at second and third with 2 outs. Visit to the mound between Mathis and Weaver. Going for the full windup here. Alex Gordon, the man at third, and Aviles at second. Curveball, first pitch hacking is Betancourt. This one's playable for Willards. Shy of the track, makes the catch, and that will end the thread. 7th inning stretch time here at the Big A. Weaver and the Angels tied at 1. Sturris to lead things off here against Zach Greinke. It'll be Sturris, Napoli, and Mathis against the Royals' right-hander who's thrown 85 pitches. Meiser promptly takes a strike. Sturris 1 for 2, had a base hit in the second. Hit a fly ball to center field in the fourth inning. Reaches for this one, fouls it back, and it's no balls, 2 strikes. Greinke with 5 strikeouts, 1 walk, and 5 hits allowed. Mentioned that start he had at Seattle, not a very good one. 6 runs in 7 innings, taking the loss as Meiser takes upstairs. And that's the way it's been for Zach Greinke since July the 6th. A win, a loss, a win, a loss, a win, and a loss.
You might as well break that up.
A little inconsistent. This one out toward left field. Alex Gordon's going to play it on a hop, and it's a leadoff single for Meiser Sturris. So the Halos have got their leadoff man on board here, and that'll bring up Mike Napoli. Nope, we're going to pinch hit Mike Napoli for Howie Kendrick. Napoli ends the game going 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Now he drops a bunt to foul. That's no balls and a strike.
Kind of push at that bunt attempt. I was spraying around at the very end. Just kind of pushed at it, hitting the ground, and ball came up back and hit the bat again.
Now he's a .273 hitter, 9 home runs and 58 runs batted in. 1 for 2 as a pinch hitter this year. Showing bunt right away.
Part of that reason they threw over there, they wanted to see how he would bring the bat back and have a slash play with a hit and run.
Kendrick offers at it. No balls, 2 strikes.
Now you got to keep the bat level, really get that bunt down, kind of stabbing at it.
And not only that, you got a bunch of strikes. Not automatic. Unlike a hit and run situation where you're protecting on a swing. Now it's 0-2. Outfield pretty much straight up against Howie. Meyer shading him toward the right center field alley. 0-2, grounded to second. Aviles feeds back and the first is in time. It's a double play. So go from a sacrifice situation to 2 outs and nobody on. And Jeff Mathis coming up.
Well, the approach was right as far as staying back and trying to hit the ball to the right side on a pitch on the outside corner, but right at the second baseman. But you got to get those bunts down.
Here's Mathis with 2 outs, swinging through the first pitch fastball. Jeff 1 for 2, had a base hit in the third, hit a fly ball to left in the fifth. One pitch to Mathis. 1-2 now. Just missed off the plate, so says Jim Joyce. So it's a 2-ball, 2-strike count.
They're going fastball at 97. Still a very manageable pitch count. 96 for Greinke. Still good velocity on the fastball, too.
Full count now with Willits on deck. Their pitch count pretty much out the window when it comes to Zack Greinke. North of the century mark. With every start but 6 this year. This is his 24th. Mathis skies one out to shallow right center. Aviles, with his glasses gleaming, his back pedaling out there, makes a catch. And that will end the Angels half of the 7th. 7 of the books. We are still tied at 1 here in Anaheim. Apiece. Very good pitching matchup. We go back to our Hyundai key to the game.
Well, that changeup, very good pitch against the Kansas City Royals, a predominantly fastball hitting ball club, whether it be the changeup or curveball. And both these pitches have been outstanding today through 7 innings. 1 run allowed, 10 punch outs for Weave. Greinke with 5, both in the strike zone consistently.
Royals sending up the top of the order. Willie Bloomquist leading things off here. He'll take down low for ball 1. Bloomquist, Meyer, and Butler against Jared Weaver. He's thrown 102 pitches, 72 for strikes.
That's a great ratio.
Breaking ball is in there. Evens the count at 1-1. Bloomquist 0 for 3. A fly to center, a line out to Ivor at short, and a fly to right. One ball, 2 strikes. Bloomquist, formerly of the Seattle Mariners organization, the ever popular Willie Bloomquist. Always a fan favorite. Guy can play multiple positions for you.
Runs well. What they got it. Jared wants to keep off the bases if he can.
2 balls, 2 strikes. The question is, Bloomquist, is he an everyday player? Or is he that guy that spells guys throughout the course of a week at different positions?
He's best suited for that super utility role. Play some different positions, but also not be out there every single game.
Off speed is low, and it's a full count.
This could play a long time in that role. Fill in when guys need that day off, get enough at bats.
Payoff pitch. Bloomquist goes down swinging. Strikeout number 11 for Jared Weaver. The first down here in the 8th.
Well, that swing made you think that he must have been looking for something off speed. A right hit fastball right down the heart of the plate. He had an odd swing at that fastball. Jared went with his four-seam fastball. That's the one with a little bit more pop on it. 91 miles an hour gets it by him.
Meyer fouls off the first pitch. No balls and a strike. Myers 0 for 3. Strikeout, a ground down, and reached on the error by Napoli at first. Mike, of course, no longer in the game. It's Howie playing first base. Pinch hit for him. Myers late on that pitch. And it's 0-2.
Change up, fastball. Still mixing and matching Jared so far in the game. It's an outstanding performance. Career high in punch outs, 12. It was a season against Tampa.
One ball, two strikes here on Meyer. And that was a game he lost. May the 12th, right here at the Big A, went 7 innings. Gave up an earned run. Struck out 12, walked 2.
Is that against David Price?
I think so. A little looper out to shallow left center field. Ibar can't get it. It falls in for a base hit. Meyer is on board.
Jared's now given up 5 hits outside of the home run. All the other hits were little flares into the outfield. See how far away he was reaching out for that baseball. That's a perfect spot. If you're a pitcher, you can't throw a pitch better than that. It's his perfect spot, but he fights it off and flares it into the outfield. And that's right on the corner and below knee level. If you get a hitter to the swing at that, you've done your job. But as a hitter, you're just trying to put it in play.
Here's Billy Butler with 1 out, 1 on. I went back in the book here. That was against David Price. That started on May the 12th, a 4-3 Rays victory. Price gave up 3 runs in his 6 1/3, with Weaver setting a career high in strikeouts with 12. Breaking ball is down low. It's 1 ball, no strikes on Butler, who's 0 for 3. Couple of ground outs and a fly ball to center. Another great crowd here on hand. Break out the Red Week started on Monday. 40,000 Monday, 43,000 plus last night. Quick throw to first base, and Myers just back in ahead of the tag. It's a 1 ball, 1 strike count here on Butler.
Through the changeup here, but Mathis, good job. It keeps Meyer close to the base. Almost able to pick him off. And you want to try to keep him as close as possible, because Butler, if he hits a ground ball at an infielder, will be a double play ball.
Meyer with a pretty good lead at first. The 1-1 pitch. Meyer goes, and it's looped in the air to shallow center field. Here comes Reggie Willits, and it's going to fall in for a base hit. Meyer ends up at third. And not a bad pitch whatsoever by Jared Weaver. But Butler flares a single. And for the 3rd time in this game, the hit and run works for Kansas City. They've got runners at first and third with 1 out. And Kila Kaiue coming into the plate.
Another very good pitch. Hits a spot. And then hit and run, as a hitter, all you're trying to do. That baseball ran in almost on the handle. Butler did his job. You're just trying to make contact on a hit and run. Well, Jared's had to pitch in so many close games. 8 times this season, he's got 2 or fewer runs to work with. And 7 losses, this 9 total runs of support. So he's had to pitch a lot of these games so far this season for the Halos.
Majority of those starts, too, against the opposition's ace. Another one this afternoon was Zach Greinke on the mound. Greinke's just as good. This one lifted in the air on the right side as Meister steps onto the outfield grass. 2 outs.
Well, what a huge out. Jared Weaver there gets that pop up in the infield. Keeps that runner at third base. And you know right now, if you're Jared Weaver, you have probably one batter left in you. You got to make your best pitches of the entire game right now. See if you get into that dugout with the score still tied 1-1 with a chance to get the W with a run or two at the bottom of the 8th.
He'll face Wilson Benameed here, who's 0 for 3, a couple of strikeouts and a pop-up. Meyer at third, Butler at first. Angels taking a 1-0 lead in the third. Kansas City tying it up on Betancourt's 10th home run of the year in the 6th. That's where we stand right now. First pitch curveball just missed outside for ball 1. Mike Scioscia's going out to the mound. You don't seldom see Mike come out unless it's to make a pitching change. And this a jog out there, and everybody's on the mound. Jepson's ready to go.
Just to make sure you know where you're going to be in case you try to do a double steal. Basically telling his infielders to be prepared, to do whatever it takes to prevent a run from being scored. There wasn't even a discussion really with Jared Weaver. It was all about the infielders.
Meyer has pretty decent speed at third base. Butler does not at first. Swing and a miss on a big curveball. 1-1.
A great pitch. We have to just miss in the outside corner with the previous breaking pitch. That one's perfect. It's 1 for 8 against Weave, but that one being a big fly. More than likely on a fastball.
Smothered by Mathis. 2 balls and 1 strike. Benameed's a switch hitter. You've got the left-hand hitting Alex Gordon on deck should we get that far.
Good job, too, by Mathis. Keeping that baseball in front of him. Knows a breaking pitch is coming. The way you have to give your pitcher the confidence, if you get ahead of the count at some point, you can throw that exact same pitch and get a swing and miss and get through the inning.
2-1 pitch. Strike on the outside corner, 2-2. In the dirt. Boy, what a block by Mathis there. Meyer was charging down that third base line. Saw the ball hit off the chest protector and then bolted back to third.
That wasn't easy to block because that pitch appeared to be in front of the plate. Overthrew by Jared in front of the plate, but did a great job of squaring up the body and then bouncing out in front.
To a full count, Kendrick moves back deep at first base. Butler at first will be off of the pitch. Payoff in the dirt, and he walked him. So they are loaded up now for Alex Gordon. Second walk issued by Jared.
Number 4, left fielder Alex Gordon.
Well, Mike Scioscia knows that Jared's pitch count is up to 120, but he realizes the importance of this game. Feels confident Jared can get through this inning. It's his ball game at this point. Definitely think it's the right decision.
Well, he's matched his season high as far as pitches thrown in a game. That 120 pitches thrown against the Rays, that 12 strikeout performance. Now Mathis out to talk things over. Gordon in this one is 1 for 2 with a walk, a strikeout, and a base hit. As you see Mitch Meyer at third base, Billy Butler at second, Benameed over at first. Outfield straight away. Callaspo in at third. Off speed, rolled up the first base line. This has got a chance to be fair. Weaver picks it up, and the inning comes to an end. Gordon slams the helmet down, and the Royals have left them loaded. We head to the bottom of the 8th here at the Big A. We are still tied at 1. That ended the threat. Our One West Bank, one person to one play, brought to you by One West Bank, one person at a time.
Great changeup. For me, I think Mike Scioscia made the right decision. You saw the emotion. Jared Weaver making that perfect pitch to get through the inning. What a performance from Jared Weaver. Now, hopefully the Angels will get a run here, put him in position to get that W.
Halo sending up 9-1-2. Willits, Abreu, and Ibar here in the 8th. And Reggie takes a strike.
We talked about in the opening about Jared reluctant being the ace. Well, you know what? He has arrived. If you can make a pitch like that with the game on the line, bases loaded, and get that out, you've arrived as the ace. No questions about it.
Reggie cues this one foul, and it's 0-2. Reggie's reached on a fielder's choice and scored a run in the 3rd. And Scott went out to center the 5th inning. 100 pitches thrown by Zach Greinke, 65 strikes. He's struck out 5, walked 1, having allowed 6 total hits. Now went in the dirt.
Going to hit the spot, too, with your 121st pitch of the game that Jared threw that changeup to get Gordon out in front and then field his position. He's a guy that throws across his body. It's not an easy play for him on a dribble down the first baseline as it would be a normal right-handed pitcher.
Reggie hits one out to right. Bloomquist is there. There's out number 1. Come out to the Big A this Friday as all fans in attendance will receive a free Breakout the Red Week scratcher. Prizes include a sweet night to a future Angels game, autographed tie-ups, or 40% off select merchandise at the Angels Stadium team stores. For game tickets, visit angelsbaseball.com. So 1 out, nobody on here for Bobby Abreu. Brian Fuentes gets loose in the Angels bullpen. Abreu 1 for 3, had a base hit in the 3rd inning. Takes that fastball outside. Pena holding it there for Jim Joyce, but Jim doesn't need a whole lot of help. A base hit for Abreu in the 3rd inning, extending his little hitting streak to 5 games. So he takes the curveball, and that'll leave it to count. Abreu now 6 for 10 in the series against Kansas City.
Pitcher, you're more apt to make a mistake as you get over that century mark sometimes on an off-speed pitch. That might be a pitch that Bobby can jump on.
Fastball outside, 2-1. Good hitters count here. That was way up and away. It's 3 balls and a strike.
So your mindset for Bobby Abreu right now is get a pitch you can drive, do some damage to it.
That's a strike on the corner. Abreu thought he had himself a walk. Full count.
Throw him a changeup off the outside corner.
Maybe Jim does need some help.
I was like it was that late movement.
This one rolled foul at the first base line.
I just wanted to see Bobby get a better opportunity to drive the ball.
Absolutely. Still a full count, 1 out here in the 8th. Tied at 1 with Ibar on deck. Callaspo to follow if we get that far. We got him with a fastball. 2 outs. Strikeout number 6 for Zach Greinke. That'll bring up Eric Ibar.
Doing a little different arm angle on this fastball. 93 miles an hour. His 109th pitch. In the inner half gets it by Bobby Abreu. After the pitch before was a very good changeup.
That one got Ibar. That's the 3rd time in this game in which Ibar has seen a fastball up and in. This time it gets him, and a man is on board with 2 outs.
I'm guessing Greinke's scouting report is to throw up and in on Ibar to make him aware of that pitch and throw the breaking pitch down and in. And all 3 times coming up, rated in above the letters in the inside corner. In the elbow. The best way to make a pay for that, steal second and score the go-ahead run.
So the inning stays alive here with Ibar on board. Callaspo at the plate. Alberto was 0 for 2, twice grounding out to first. He's also drawn a walk.
Callaspo maybe up there guessing along with Greinke. Played the infield for him, knows what his tendencies are. Certainly an advantage if you're a former player, a position player. Pitchers always go in patterns. You guess right with them, you can do some damage.
This one hooked up the first base line, and that is a fair ball. Alfredo Griffin says it's a foul ball. Jim Wolf made the call immediately, and Mike Scioscia is going to come out to argue. As it is, it's the 3rd out here in the 8th inning. And if it was indeed a fair ball, that's a terrific play by Kila Ka'aihue. And we are through 8, and we're still tied at 1.
Now get Jack's Really Big Chicken Sandwich Combo served with curly fries and a drink for only $3.99 plus tax at participating restaurants. And by Toyota. Get a great deal on Toyota's full line of hybrid and fuel-efficient vehicles at your Toyota dealer today. Top of the ninth here at the Big A, tied at 1. Royals sending up the bottom third of their order. Avila's Pena Betancourt against Kevin Jepson, who takes over on the mound for Jared Weaver. Spectacular outing for Weaver. Avila's was tardy on the fastball. It's no balls to the strike. Weaver, 8 innings, 11 punch outs, 2 walks, 1 run on 6 hits, including the home run. That was by Betancourt. Just missed outside. That'll leave it a count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Aviles is 2 for 3. A couple of bloop singles. He was also struck out and also picked up a stolen base. Bouncer back up the middle. Jepson can't handle it. It's a leadoff base hit.
Well, that's a play when you land in decent fielding position. You're going to make that play more than often. Right back up the middle. A lot of times you react thinking it's hit harder than it truly is. We've seen the Royals go hit and run a lot today.
3 times, and it's worked all 3 times as Pena's at the plate to bunt, however. And he takes ball 1 outside. Cayaspa playing in on the grass at third. And Kendrick is holding Aviles on at first, charging in. Pena 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts today. Pops it up. Cayaspa's there, 1 out. Toughest thing for a third baseman is make sure you charge, but charge under control. Otherwise, that's one of those that can go right over your head.
And look where the pitch is thrown, and then be able to react. Comes in and then able to go back on that one.
So 1 out, 1 on for Betancourt, who is 1 for 3. That home run in the 6th inning, tying things up. There goes Aviles. Betancourt fouls it back. I haven't seen the Angels pitch out at any point thus far in this game.
Might not be a bad idea, especially when you're ahead of the count. You have to have a lot of trust in your pitchers. If you do throw that, put that play on, that you're going to be able to come back and throw strikes.
Jepson pitched in Monday's game, went 2/3 of an inning, allowed a hit. The rest zeros. Now Betancourt backs out at the plate. Royals have 2 guys loosening in their bullpen, Blake Wood and Joaquin Soria. Oh, 1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-2.
Oh, great velocity on that one. 98 miles an hour, elevated.
Oh-2. Upstairs, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Avila's not a very big lead over at first base. Now extends it.
A chance to strike him out, throw him out here.
Betancourt chasing the breaking ball down. He goes for out number 2. So with 2 outs and a man on, Bloomquist will step to the plate. Let's take a look at our Jaguar game summary. It really just goes back to the play that ended the bottom of the 8th inning.
Curious play too, because it's usually the home plate umpire's call. So it goes by the base. Jim Wolf, the first base umpire, makes that call that it was a fair ball. It's really Jim Joyce's call. And I think that's why Mike Swisher ran out there to get some help, but there was no help asked.
Bloomquist takes a fastball up and in. Bloomquist is 0 for 4. Struck out against Weaver in the 8th inning. Low throw. Nice dig out there by Howie. Looking ahead to the bottom of the 9th inning. The Halos have 4, 5, and 6 due up. Hunter, Matsui, and Asturias. The question is, will it be against Zach Greinke or Blake Wood or Joaquin Soria? All 3 right-handers. This one out to right field. Here comes Torrey Hunter. He'll make the catch, and he'll continue to run into the dugout because he's going to lead things off as we head to the bottom of the 9th inning. Looking for that walk-off win as we're tied at 1. Good matchup between Greinke and Weaver. Both guys had it going on early. Weaver lasting through 8 innings and racking up 11 strikeouts. Made one mistake. That was the Betancourt for his 10th home run. At that point, tied the game up at 1 apiece, but at the 8th inning with the bases loaded, got Alex Ford to ground out and end that thread as we start the bottom of the 9th inning. Torrey Hunter, Hideki Matsui, Meister Asturias, the scheduled 3 batters against New Royals Chucker, and that is Blake Wood, the right-hander.
Well, Wood there with a 1-2 mark, high ERA. He's got a very good fastball, but he hasn't been locating that fastball as well. Gets it up there 92 to 97, slider and a changeup. Oh, what a perfect way for Torrey to come back into that lineup to be able to win this one here. Going to certainly get a good enough fastball to be able to square up. If he can get it up in the air here in the daytime here at the Big A, it'll be ball game.
Wood last pitch on Saturday night up in Seattle with a scoreless inning of relief. Torrey takes inside for ball one. Zach Greinke, by the way, 8 innings, 6 strikeouts, 1 walk, a run on 6 hits. Evens the count of 1 ball, 1 strike. The Royals in the outfield, very deep. No doubles alignment. Swing and a miss on the slider. It's 1-2.
Staying away from the fastball. Just the one fastball to Torrey so far in the outside corner. Going with that slider. Window with more walks than strikeouts. Runners hitting over 300 against him. That type of stuff tells you location has not been there for him.
1-2 lifted in the air towards center field. Meyer has a beat on it. Got away just off the end of the bat. So 1 out, that brings up Hideki Matsui. Wood made his major league debut on May the 12th against Cleveland. Been down to AAA Omaha. 3rd round pick by Kansas City in 2006. A starter throughout his career. Now working out of the bullpen. Matsui takes a fastball down and in. Hideki 1 for 3. Had a base hit in the 4th. One and one.
Well, the Royals thrown Matsui a lot of fastballs on the outside part of the plate throughout the course of this game.
That one's down and away. 2 balls and a strike. Matsui's last home run right here at the Big A. 2-run home run in the 8th inning against the Boston Red Sox back on July 26th. 2-1 pitch. Had a rip there and fouls it off the left. 2-2. Meister Sturz on deck with nobody out here in the 9th inning, just looking for a run to end this ball game. The Halos looking for the sweep against Kansas City. That's down low, overthrowing the fastball. It's a full count.
Once Matsui gets on base, you wonder if Mike Sturz is going to pinch run for him.
Peter Borges on the bench.
That's a pretty good speed.
Wood very deliberate on the mound with nobody on base here. And a 3-2. Foul to the left. Fuentes back up and loosening in the bullpen for the Angels. There's Brian. Another payoff pitch. Fouled off the left. Pretty good indication that Peter would be coming into the game. Either that or showing his rah-rah spirit standing behind Socha with his helmet on.
I don't think he's going to coach third or first base with that helmet on, so I think he's going to go pinch run.
Going with the flap helmet on the bases.
Yeah.
Matsui out toward left center field. Good going back to go Make the catch out of the track. 2 outs. So with 2 outs and nobody out, Meiser Steers will step to the plate. Meiser, 2-hit game, 2 for 3 with a couple of singles. No balls and a strike. Oh, we just missed outside. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. One and two now.
A lot of foul balls to the left side against Wood. Challenge with the fastball.
Everything's been away. Really hasn't shown anything on the inside part of the play to Matsui or Steers, the left-handed batters. That one of the few pitches that was right over the heart of the plate. Meiser does have 3 home runs on the year. But at this point, with Howie Kendrick on deck, just looking for a guy in scoring position. Take your chances here in the ninth. Just missed inside. Wood was walking off the mound as if he had it. It was 2-2.
Pretty close pitch. More of a pitch he showed on the inner half. Now he's going to probably go away again against Meiser.
Toward the middle, Betancourt not going to get this one, and the man is on board with 2 outs here in the ninth. 3-hit game for Meiser Steers.
Fastball once again on the outer. This time elevated enough for Meiser to hit the ball hard on the ground up the middle.
Now the outfield extremely deep again. Meyer, the center fielder, out toward right center field. That's Howie Kendrick's power stroke. Howie with 1 at-bat. He pinch hit for Mike Napoli in the 7th inning. Rolled into a double play. There goes the Steers. The pitch is taken for a ball. Probably for a strike. Gentry called a late strike. Meiser Steers has put himself in the scoring position with a stolen base.
Well, Wood, that's an 8 stolen base against him. This is a high number for a setup pitcher out of your bullpen. Fairly slow to the plate. Pena's throw nowhere near in time to get Meiser in scoring position. A long delivery for Pena going, throwing that ball to second.
Both Pena and Kendall having struggled throwing out would-be base stealers this year. 6 walk-off wins. The last courtesy of Howie Kendrick. Now they're going to walk in to face Jeff Mathis.
Good motivator if you're Jeff Mathis right now. Trying to get a good fastball. He's been staying away. That's in the wheelhouse for Mathis, and that fastball on the outside part of the plate. He can shoot that ball to right center field.
So first and second here in the ninth with 2 outs. Wood got Hunter and Matsui on fly balls. Steers for the base hit, a stolen base, now the intentional walk. It'll be up to Jeff Mathis, who's 1 for 3. Had a base hit against Zach Greinke in the 3rd. The other 2 times up, fly ball to left, and a pop-up to Mike Aviles at second. Wood's first pitch, a fastball right down the middle for a strike. Meiser with a big lead at second. Outside, it's 1-1.
Again, away with that fastball. Your approach has to be stay back, trust your hands, and hit it hard to the right side.
Blake Wood's thrown 25 pitches in this inning. Here's the 1-1. Late on the fastball. It's 1-2 now. Woods ready. Here comes the 1-2. Overthrowing the fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Alex Gordon very shallow in left field, as is Meyer in center. Bloomquist is at normal depth in right field.
Tells you what the game plan must be against Mathis going away.
Now, after having a conversation with Pena, somebody has forgotten what the conversation was about. They'd like to talk things over once again.
Or not real confident in their game plan there is whether, okay, let's go with a fastball outside corner.
And it's the pitch that you're looking for as a pitcher, as a manager. The 2-2 situation, the last thing you want is a 3-2 or 2 outs. You're going to get the base runners going, giving the advantage to that team that's got the base runners on board.
Yeah, you always have options. 2-2, 3-2. You have to go with the fastball.
That's outside. It's a full count. So it's Sturris at second, Kendrick at first will be off with the pitch with 2 outs here in the 9th inning. The only one that anybody cares about is Meiser Sturris at second, representing the winning run.
The good thing now, you've taken away the possibility of a force play.
3-2. Swing and a first down goes Mathis, and we're headed into extra innings. Blake Wood throws 29 pitches, but through 9, we're still tied at 1. One apiece. Be sure to visit the official online shop of the Angels at angelsbaseball.com. Browse the largest selection of official Angels gear, including the latest apparel, nostalgic memorabilia, and authentic classics for the whole family. Get your gear from the official source, the AngelsBaseball.com shop. Brian Fuentes has come on here in the 10th inning. The Angels closers pitched in the last 2 games, picking up saves on Monday and Tuesday, now with 23 saves on the year. Last night, very effective, a 1-2-3 inning, all 3 fly ball outs. And here in the 10th, he'll face Meyer, Butler, and Ka'aiue. So a lefty, a righty, and a lefty are the scheduled 3 batters for Ned Yost and the Royals. Fuentes, the only left-hander in the bullpen for the Angels. Mitch Meyer in this one, 1 for 4. Had a base hit in the 8th inning. Swings the first pitch and pops it up to shallow center. High bar, Willits is tourist. Reggie Willits will make the catch. And 1 away. Well, especially for a guy who's thrown the last 2 consecutive days. So throw 1 pitch and get 1 out. It's clean living.
That's exactly what you're hoping for. You might not be quite as crisp with your fastball, but if you get some quick outs through the inning and all of a sudden you get the offense going, hopefully scratch a run across to win it. But the reality is, have to throw strikes. You pitched back-to-back now, back games for Fuentes, 3 in a row.
Here's Butler, who's 1 for 4, base hit in the 8th inning as well. That's the inning in which the Royals left the bases loaded. First pitch fastball is in there. Kansas City with a run on 7 hits. They've left 9 on base. The Angels a run on 7 hits, 1 error. And they've left 7 on board, including the 2 in the bottom of the 9th. One ball, 1 strike. Halos with a win this afternoon would move to 59 and 57, 2 back over 500. At the very least would remain 8.5 back in the West, depending on what happens in Arlington or a little bit later on. Yankees and the Rangers wrapping up their 2-game series. Texas has an off day tomorrow, as do the Angels. Then the Halos welcome in the Toronto Blue Jays. Texas will welcome in the Boston Red Sox.
That's why this game becomes so important for the Angels to be able to win this game, as all the rest of the games are, because you've fallen this far behind in the standings, but this game even more so.
Got him swinging on a high fastball. Down goes Butler, 2 outs.
Elevates that fastball. It's that good arm slot that Fuentes comes out, hides the baseball very well. As a hitter, you think that ball is coming right at you, but all of a sudden it's above the letters, no chance to be able to make contact.
Kila Ka'aiue, the first baseman, is at the plate now. 0 for 4. A couple of strikeouts, a line out, a pop-up. Fuentes misses outside for ball 1. Bryant threw 14 pitches and picking up his 22nd save on Monday. Threw 7 pitches last night, notching that 23rd save. He's thrown 6 pitches so far here. One.
A great spot on that 90-mile-an-hour fastball.
One pitch. Breaking ball, strike on the outside corner, 1-2. In the bottom of the inning, the Angels have Willits, Abreu, and Ibar, the scheduled 3 batters, 9, 1, and 2. And it won't be, I wouldn't assume, against Blake Wood. 1-2. Got him swinging. Down goes Ka'aiue. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Brian Fuentes, including a couple of strikeouts. We head to the bottom of the 10th. Tied at 1. This week on Fox Saturday Baseball, Adrian Gonzalez and the Padres take on Pablo Sandoval and the Giants in a showdown between National League West rivals battling for division supremacy. Fox Saturday Baseball, presented by Sprint, returns this week at 1 p.m. Pacific. Jesse Chavez, the right-hander whom the Angels faced for 1 inning in Monday's game, comes on in place of Blake Wood.
Well, that's good record, not a real good ERA for the season. They're doing a decent job for the Royals. Fastball 92 to 95. Likes to throw that slider and also will mix in an occasional changeup.
Here in the 10th, it'll be Reggie Willits, Bobby Abreu, and Eric Ibar to try to get it going here for the Halos. Benamid at third and Ka'aiue at first, playing in against Willits in case he decides to drop a bunt down. Alex Gordon shallow and towards the foul line in left field. And Reggie takes a fastball high.
It's highly unusual, Gordon that close to the foul line.
1-0 pitch from Chavez. That's on the inside corner to even the count. Chavez from just up the road, went to Riverside Community College. Paints the corner with a breaking pitch, and it's 1-2. This one pulled over to first. A little high hop. Willits is retired for the first down. Here comes Bobby Abreu with 1 out, nobody on. Bobby 1 for 4 in this one. Had a base hit back in the 3rd inning. A couple of strikeouts and a ground out. Went down swinging in Zach Greinke's last inning of work. Great matchup of starters tonight. Greinke going 8 innings. Same with Weaver. Jared striking out 11 while Greinke struck out 6, both allowing a run. Took something off on that pitch. That was on the outside corner for a strike.
Well located changeup. Good movement on his changeup. Loves to throw that to left-handed batters.
1 ball, 1 strike. Chavez, unlike Blake Wood, doesn't waste a whole lot of time. Comes right after guys. Getting his sign. And that is hit out to right field. Back at the wall is Blomqvist. Gone! Walk-off big fly for Bobby Abreu. And the Angels complete the sweep of the Royals, taking the finale on a final 2-1.
And what a series for Bobby Abreu here against the Royals as they continue to roll with Bobby in that leadoff spot. No doubt about it. Mistake made by Chavez, and all of a sudden, a 3-game sweep for the Angels. Bobby Abreu, what a series. And what a swing that is.
That makes Brian Fuentes the winner this afternoon. A 1-2-3 for Fuentes in the 10th while Chavez takes the loss. What a game this afternoon. Bobby Abreu continuing to get it done. That's his 14th home run of the year. Another multi-hit effort as he picks up his 65th RBI of the season.
Well, you see Chavez making that mistake. Tried to turn it over the pitch. Got a lot of the plate. Bobby squared it up and crushed it to right center field. The walk-off variety. What a great feeling that must be for Bobby, who continues to hit the ball well.
Off the bat, he knew he was gone. Bloomquist to the wall, and no doubt about it. 14th jack of the year, and the Angels pick up the victory and the sweep. And at the very least, remain at 8.5 back in the American League West, depending on what happens tonight in Arlington. 2-1 Angels. For more, let's go down to Sean Farnham, who's with the hero.
All right, Bobby. I talked to you 2 nights ago. Here we are 2 days later. You guys get the sweep, walk-off fashion. How good does it feel?
It feels very good. Feels very good. I'm excited. I think it's winning the game like this is very exciting, especially for all the fans. You know, especially it's a good game. They really deserve it, and that's what it is. I mean, we just see 2 guys. You know, 2 good pitchers, Weaver and Hinkie. They battled today. They show what kind of pitchers they are, and we just give them support and we get the win.
Your bat continues to be red hot. Ever since you moved into the top of this order, you've been crushing the ball all over the park. You're in such a great rhythm. How key is that, not only for yourself, but the guys that are hitting behind you?
I think the key is everybody know that I'm taking a lot of pitch, you know, and I just want to show the rest of the guys behind me, you know, what the guys in the mound has, you know, the curveball, the fastball, so they can have a plan and set up for their at-bats, and that's pretty much what it is. I mean, lit up, you have to just take a picture and be on base.
First 3-game sweep for you guys since going back to June 11th through the June 13th, so it feels good to finally get into that rhythm, get into that flow of the Angels starting to hit their stride.
We're getting good. We're getting good. I mean, we have to just keep winning the way that we're playing right now. We show, you know, that we own the field. We show that we go out there and no matter what, just trying to win the game. And the way that we're playing right now, we have to just keep it going. You know, it's exciting right now and for everybody.
All right, a pitcher's duel here today, but Bobby Abreu comes through in shining fashion today. 2-1, your final score in 10 as Bobby Abreu does it in walk-off fashion here at Angels Stadium as the Halos get the sweep over the Kansas City Royals. Angels Live is next.